Hey everyone, welcome to Helen, Roscoe Yoga on YouTube. I hope you're well. In this practice today, you can expect to explore varying whole body movements that are going to take us through things that are calming and things that are energizing. So we'll explore this through postural movement that is taken mindfully with the breath. And if you're not familiar with my approach, there are several practice videos available now for you to take, so please go back and explore any of those when you find yourself with time to explore self-care for yourselves. Okay, so what I suggest you have for this practice is some floor space, a mat if you have one, but if not, a large towel or a rug on the floor. You might even like to have some blankets or blocks available for additional comfort. Cushions can also be really useful. And if you don't want to be disturbed, just let people in your household know. Okay, so we're actually going to start the practice on the front of our body. So if you find that you would like a little bit of extra cushioning, just place a large blanket on the ground for additional support. And bring yourself to rest onto your tummy with your hands out in front of you, and then bring your forehead onto your hands and let your feet be relaxed. So your heels are resting out to the side. So you're just switching off your awareness from the outer environment by bringing yourself more inwardly towards the ground, towards the earth. We're just closing down the centers a little and just getting a feeling for what it is that we are aware of in our body as we find contact with the ground. Perhaps there are sounds in the room or further afield that you can hear. And just slowly start to bring your awareness to the soft rhythm of your breath and the soft and gentle sound of your breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And just releasing down through the front of your body as you exhale, welcome a gentle sigh. And then as you breathe in, just invite the sense of lightness in your body, in your breath. And honor yourself in your practice today. What is it that you need from this practice? And how can you take care of yourself as you go through the session? Listen to the messages that your body provides you with, the messages that your breath provides you with. Gradually deepening the inhalations and lengthening the exhalations. And just starting from a place of calm, a place of nurture. And then when you're ready, just slowly bringing your hands alongside your rib cage, pressing yourself up onto all fours. We'll be starting the practice on all fours, so if you need that extra cushioning for your knees, please have it there. You could also just have your wrists a little away from your shoulders if you'd like to for your wrists, otherwise you could bring them more in line with your shoulders. So let's just start to move mindfully with the breath. On your next exhalation, just round up through the body, back to the shoulders, mid-spine, lower spine. And as you breathe in, release the tailbone and stretch along through the front of the body, lifting the chest towards the wall in front of you. On the breath out, guide the tailbone in, stretch and lift, arching through the back of the body. And on the breath in, lengthen the tailbone away, stretching and arching through the front of the body. So you're drawing an arc of your spine upwardly towards the sky as you breathe out. Abdomen pulls in towards the back. And then downwardly towards the ground as you breathe in. Just let your abdomen soften, find space in between your shoulders, at the front of the body. And on the exhale as you round, you're finding space between your shoulders and the back of your body. and down through towards the back of your pelvis. So just try that for a few more rounds. And the exhale draws you in rather, and the inhale lengthens you up. And then come back to a neutral position. So you position your spine in between those 2 points. And just waiting for your next out breath, start to sway your hips to the left as you look over your left shoulder. And then on the in-breath, sway your hips to the right and look over your right shoulder. So starting to arc your spine sideways from side to side with each inhale and each exhale. And if you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you're welcome to slip into that more conscious sounding breath at your throat. But if you're new to the practice, then just continue breathing in and out through your nostrils, consciously aware that I'm breathing in one direction, consciously aware that it's my breath breathing me the opposite way. And then we're going to start to circle. So as you're combining those movements, the pelvis goes to the right, look over your right shoulder, round up through the back of the body, arching the spine upwards, and then take the pelvis to the left, look over your left shoulder, arc the spine downwards as you stretch the tailbone back. So over to the right, stretch up through the back of the body. So it's almost like your pelvis is drawing circles around the knees, and we're lifting. And then we're lengthening. And we're rising and hovering. And then change directions. And it goes over to the right and circle around. You might find that your circles become spacious. You might find that your circles become a little quicker. But just take some movement that feels really pleasant for you. Sometimes I find it pleasant to soften the elbows as well. Just get a little bit of bend coming in through the elbows. And then finally, just bring yourself back into that position between the 2 points. Between your circles, where you feel evenly placed over your knees and over your wrists. And then take a breath out and stretch your pelvis back towards your heels. Sweep the hands to the lower back. Breathing in, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Breathing out, take the tailbone back, fold yourself over the thighs, hands to lower back. Inhale, peel your chest away, lift and rise. Exhale, take the pelvis back, round, back of the body. Breathe in, lift and lengthen. Breathe out, fold. And get grounded. The next time you come up, and the in-breath rises. On the out-breath, turn to the left side, lower your arms beside you. Breathe in and reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, turn to the right and sweep your arms down beside you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, folding in. Breath in, just feel your energy rising, lifting. Exhale, let the abdomen come in, lower the arms down. Breathe in and rise. Breathe out to the right side. Inhale and lift. Exhale, this time take your arms out in front of you, really stretching the arms away. Your pelvis extends away towards your heels. Your fingertips point towards the front of your mat. And then as you breathe in, come onto all fours. And then on the exhale, tuck the toes under and lift the knees so you're almost in a planet position. Your arms are straightened, your legs are straightened, your hips are raised. Take a breath in. And then the next time you exhale, push your hips away with your arms towards the wall behind you. Start to soften your knees, coming into a downward facing dog. And you're welcome then to pulse through the heels. Just find that length along the calves. And reaching down through the heels, lifting the shoulders away from your wrists and lifting your pelvis away from your shoulders. And then exploring that length and mobility on the back of the legs. At a certain point, you lift your heels and then take your heels down, keeping your knees as released as you need to. Take a deep breath in here, exhaling completely. And then finally start to walk your hands towards the mat in front of you, bringing your feet parallel to one another. Fold your arms and then soften your knees so that your belly finds your thighs. Soften your neck and shoulders. Inhale and start to rise, unfurling, and then exhale and continue to rise. Keeping your knees bent. And keep your knees bent until your shoulders are placed on top of your pelvis. And then you can begin to straighten and lengthen up through the body. Your elbows are still folded. And then release the arms down. Take a few moments to pause here. Just coming to stand on the mat. Get connected towards the ground as you exhale. Invite a sense of lightness as you breathe in. Lifting and rising, quality of spaciousness. Exhale down through towards the heels, and then thinking about moving through your heels onto the balls of your feet as you breathe in. Lifting the heels off the ground, and as you breathe out, lower down. It's useful, perhaps, to find a point of focus with your gaze, especially when we come into play with balancing postures. The breath in rises, and the breath out lowers. And then we can start to include some arm movement. Take the arms up towards the sky as you raise your heels. Lower the arms and lower the heels. Think about how the breath can support this. Expanding as you breathe in, lifting and rising, releasing down carefully as you breathe out, lowering, finding the ground. Once more in this way. And then the next time you come up, we'll take a little walk. The arms can lower down, but you can start to walk around your space with your heels lifted. Your legs are active. Just exploring space around you, backwards, forwards, and then finally coming to the ground once again, perhaps in the centre of your mat. Feet are no wider than hip distance. The chin stays drawn in towards your throat. And breathe in, take the arms up, lengthen along the sides of the body. Exhale, bend the knees, but keep the chest lifted. And then almost like you're scooping with the arms, round the shoulders and lift. Lengthening the legs once again. Reaching up through the crown of your head. Exhale, bend the knees, keep the chest lifted. Round through the shoulders and lift through towards the sky, and then breathing out again. Bending the knees over the toes, and then lifting and rising through towards the sky. Exhaling, and then inhaling. So let's stay the next time that we breathe out, and the arms come out alongside us. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, arms shoulder level. Exhale, hug your tummy in towards your spine. And then inhale, arms alongside your ears, reaching and rising through as you breathe in. And on the exhale, coming down through the abdomen, through the knees, through the ankles, towards the earth. Take a breath in, lift, exhale, lower the arms down. Come towards the front of your mat, bring your hands to the heart. And as you breathe in, take the arms up towards the sky. And on the exhale, bending the knees, folding over the thighs. So your abdomen comes into contact with your thighs and your hands reach the ground. Take a breath in, step your right knee, foot behind you, and then let your right knee find the ground. Lifting the chest, and as you exhale, straightening through that left leg. So in the in-breath, Stretching through the right hip on the out breath, coming back through the left hamstring, kind of rolling a little on that front foot. Let the in-breath take you forwards, let the out-breath bring you back. And then when you come forwards on the next in-breath, pause. You have the option to stay with your hands on the ground, keeping your chest lifted, or you can raise the hands away from the ground. You could bring your hands onto your front knee as you breathe, or you can take your arms in the direction of the sky, and then at a certain point the hands come towards one another. Breathing in, lifting through, out of the pelvis, so you're not sinking down into that hip, but you're still stretching and lifting and lengthening through along the abdomen as well. And then exhale, bring the hands alongside one another, lift the right knee off the ground, and it's as if you're stretching your toes apart from one another, finding some space through your left thigh into the hip, and then lower the knee. Take your left knee back, stretch back, the pelvis towards your heels, and then as you breathe in, step your right foot forwards, so we come into a lunge on the right hand side. And we'll do the same thing on this side. So the exhalation, the front leg straightens a little, the inhalation, you stretch through the left hip. Any support you might need underneath your knees, please taking this as you go. And taking this, practice 3 times or so. And then we come in, and we're going to change to stay for a while. So think about your hand positions, whether you would just like to continue with that support and stretch with the hands on the ground, or bringing the hands onto the top of your right knee. Or you could extend them towards the sky and then let the hands find one another. So there's a lift in the heart. Imagine your heart's pressing it towards the sun rather than your shoulders moving towards the wall, the ground behind you. Lift and lengthen through the chest as you find that opening through the left front of thigh into your abdomen. And then exhale, lower the hands down. Lift that left knee off the ground, stretching through the left heel away, pressing down into the right foot, just sway a little, and then start to guide your left foot in, forward fold. And as you breathe in, lift and lengthen, hands come together, exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in here, side breath, as you exhale. Breathing in, take your arms in the direction of the sun. Breathing out, bend the knees. Let the abdomen find your thighs and your hands come alongside your feet. Inhale, step your left foot back. Exhale, take your right leg back, so both knees are on the floor. And then take your pelvis back towards your heels. As you breathe in, it's almost like you're a caterpillar coming forward, low onto the ground, lifting through into the Cobra. Exhale and lower down. Breathe in and look over your right shoulder. Breathe out, let your nose stroke the ground. Inhale, lower your left shoulder. Exhale, lower your nose, head to center, stroking the ground. Inhale, right. Keeping the front of your body anchored down, your feet are on the ground, finding that support in your shape as you have that extension occurring along your spine and into your neck. Once more on each side. Lower down, hands are alongside your rib cage. As you breathe in, come on to all fours. And then exhale, toes come under, lift the knees and come into a plank. And we're just going to take a breath in here. And breathing out, the abdomen comes back towards the spine. Supporting yourself in this shape. Lower the knees as you breathe in. Exhale, take your pelvis back. Sweep your hands to the lower back. Inhale and rise, come onto the knees. Bringing your hands onto your hips and start to circle your pelvis. So you circle the pelvis forwards and then back. Spiraling your pelvis around your knees, finding space. Bring the pelvis forwards, bring your hands onto the back of your waist and lift your chest. Lift your heart in the direction of the sun once again. Let your shoulders be spacious, your elbows towards one another. Take a deep breath in here, just let the breath begin to emerge from your pose. And then exhale and start to circle the opposite way, releasing your back into a bit of a forward fold as you go, and then lifting through and forwards. And the next time that you come into that forward lifting position of the pelvis, once again, lifting the chin if you'd like to, and thinking about your heart expanding with a sense of lightness towards the sun. Focusing on your next inhalation, let it emerge from your shape, emerging from your body. And then on the exhale, just grounding into shape, the abdomen comes in. And then finally, folding forwards, let your pelvis find your heels. And if that is intense for your back, then keeping your pelvis lifted and resting your head into your hands. And breathe here. Soften as you exhale. When you're ready, stretch your arms out in front of you. Bring yourself onto all fours, and the next time that you breathe in, step your right foot forwards. Lift your left knee off the ground, step your left foot forwards, coming into a forward fold. Breathing in, rise all the way in the direction of the sun. Exhale, bringing your hands to the heart. Pause here as you breathe in. Pause as you breathe out. Be with the quality of the energy, sense of openness in your body, in your breath, in your mind. And then folding your arms, take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to lower your chin towards your chest. And then as the shoulders begin to roll, soften the knees, protecting your spine. As you roll with your knees bent, your knees released as they need to be. And the elbows just continue to lower towards the ground until you find a point where the abdomen reaches the thighs, and then you can lower your bottom as well, coming into a deep seated squat. And lower your bottom to the ground, stretch your legs out in front of you, and lower the back of your body towards the earth. And just take some time to really settle yourselves here. Bringing your feet toward your bottom and allowing your knees to rotate from one side to the other. Your breath just gradually now forming a natural rhythm. You might find that the inhale takes your knees in one direction and the exhale in the opposite way. Just exploring a natural rhythm of breath that you're still aware of, moving mindfully through your pelvis, through the sides of your body. The neck can get involved if you'd like to. You roll your head in the opposite way. And then finally, bringing your pelvis to a still point, your knees are pointing up towards the sky. And just bring the knees in over your belly. And as you breathe in, let your knees roll away. And as you breathe out, the knees come back in. And taking this 3-4 more times with your breath, just really softly allowing the knees to draw in and then inviting the knees to release away. And then when you feel ready, stretching your legs out on the ground, coming to rest onto your back or onto your side or even onto your tummy, like the way we started. And just finding a place of rest that is comfortable for you. A cushion underneath your head or underneath your knees if you'd like to. And let your arms be away from your body. If your legs are stretched out on the ground, let your feet just roll out to the sides. Just coming into this state of relaxed awareness, allowing yourself to let go of unnecessary effort and tension in your body with the soft and gentle flow of your breath, rising and falling. And just finding some time for stillness and calm as you allow the effects of your practice to release and let go. Just be aware of the energy of sensation within you, movement in your body, through your breath, through your heartbeat. Notice how your body so lovingly releases sense of acceptance as you let go. And then tune into your breath as it touches your nostrils, bringing with it a quality of nourishment, spaciousness. And as you breathe out, a sense of letting go, a sense of cleansing the body with your exhalation, and bringing energy and joy with your inhalations. And I invite you to stay here for as long as you wish. Otherwise, in your time, just stretching and moving in ways that feel pleasant, that bring you back into the space. Sighing the breath, just be aware of the sounds around you, the light, the colour of your environment. And if you're taking your time to come up, just rolling onto your side, pausing, and then gradually coming up to sit. And just acknowledging your practice, bringing your hands to your heart, just nodding your head in the direction of your hands, and just acknowledging time that you have set aside to explore your movement, explore your breath, and find greater clarity and focus for your mind. And just honouring the great tradition of yoga and its capacity for us to be creative, for us to learn about ourselves as we go. So thank you very much for joining me. I'd love to know how you found that practice. Please leave your comments below, and if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, I will be tuning in with you very soon. Take care.